simple butterfly bubu. It's going to have fringe on the hem, so that is why it is this short. I'm cutting both front and back together, and it's going to have like a collar for turning it as well. So the total length that I have here is 32 inches, and then from there I'm going to join my fringe. So you can see the measurement you are going to need for this part is your shoulder measurement plus your sleeve length. Whatever sleeve length you want to work with, you will add it to it, and that is what will form it. So to fold it, you are going to fold your fabric into two. So you fold into two first, just like this. You're going to fold into two first, and then you're going to fold again into four. So here is the length and here is the width. So that is what I have here. So like I said, it's a butterfly bubu. You don't need too much. So this is just the rectangular space that I need. So the excess that I have, I'm going to trim them off all around, so that we can have something smaller to work with. So this excess, you just keep it to do the collar that we have all around it. Okay, so now we have this. All you need to do is just to take out your neckline. So you decide the neck measurement that you want to work with. For me, I want a neck width of 3.5 inches or 3 inches, so that by the time I turn it, it's going to be 3.5. And then the neck width for the back is going to be 2 inches. And then remember, it does not have a zipper, so your front neckline, you want it to be wider so that you can wear it easily. So for the front, I'm going to work with neckline of 8 inches. So once I have that, I'm going to grab my curve driller, and then I'll connect these necklines like this. So once you connect it, you cut it out. So for this, remember, it's not easy to cut. You have to cut the back first. Another way you can fold your fabric so that it becomes very easy for you to cut is to fold straight like this first. So once you fold it like this first, the next thing you will do is to now fold into two. This way, your front is going to be completely independent from your back. You can see this is the front now, this is the back. That way, it's going to be very, very easy for you to cut the two necklines together. So I'm just making sure that I have it well folded. So once I have it this way, I'll cut out my back neckline first. Okay, this is the back, and then for the front, I'll just lift the front up and then cut out the front neckline as well. So the necklines are out of it. You can notch the shoulder area if you want. So now I'm going to cut facing like I said. So I'll just open it out so that I can cut my facing. So to cut your facing, the leftover fabric that you have, you want to put it on fold like this, depending on how wide you want your facing to be. So once you put it on fold, the fold point and fold point of your dress have to be on the same point. So once you put it on fold, you are going to raise this up and then place this underneath it. So you want to check the width that you are going to have. I don't want to waste too much fabric, so I'm just making sure that I will not have too much left over. So for the back, around 2 to 3 inches is okay. Then for the front, is going to go all the way down to the hem. So now I have folded it. I'm bringing in the main bodice. You can pin it down if you want. If you feel your fabric is shaking, you can pin it down. So now, after placing it, you grab your scissors and you just cut out this neckline shape, the exact neckline shape that you have here. You want to go ahead and cut it out. So now I'll grab my scissors and then just repeat what I have here. Okay, so now that it is out, you can take out your fabric, and then you now mark out the collar measurements that you want to work with. So if I'm working with 3 inches, that means I'm going to use half an inch to turn it here, and then half an inch to turn on the hem. So I'll be left with 2 inches. So that should help you decide how much measurement you are going to need. So if you want your collar to be around 2 inches wide, just add 1 inch seam allowance to it and measure out 3 inches. I'm marking 3.5 inches, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that all around. Okay, can you see? I'm marking the 3.5 inches all around the neckline that I have. For the back, is going to stop here, just like I mentioned, but for the front, it's going to go all the way to the hem. So I forgot to cut out my hem, so I'm going to bring it back to determine where the hem is going to be when I'm done marking. So here I'll continue the 3.5 inches just like this, and then you make it into a straight line. So like I said, it's very easy to cut and sew. So now you grab your ruler and then make your straight line to connect to what you have coming. So now, so that I can know the length, I'm going to bring back the dress and then place it again. Okay, so neckline to neckline, and then I'm going to mark out where my length is. You can add excess to it so that you will not have shortage. By the time you are done sewing, you can then trim off your excess. So now I'm done marking this out. I'll just go ahead and cut out this facing. So when you want to sew, you just use the facing to turn your neckline, but you are going to be turning it outwards, not inwards, so that it can form like a star for it. You can see I'm cutting it. You cut all around it, and then when you open it out, this is what you're going to have. So now if you bring in your actual dress, this is your dress. You are going to use this facing to turn it in a way that this collar, this facing is going to be outside, not inside. Can you see? It's going to be outside. So it's looking like this is wide. If it's too wide for me, I'm going to further fold it in like this when I'm done. So I'm going to fold this, then you can also run a stitch in between, because I did not slash the front for my own. So but it's not compulsory, you can have a stitch in between and you may not, and that is why I just left it like this. Another thing is you can use your hemming gum to fold this part so that you don't stitch it, then you just have your stitch at the center, so that way this part is going to be coming up like this, if that is the style you are going for. So I'm going to go ahead and run it on the neckline. After that, you're going to sew in your fringe. You're going to hem this part, you sew in your fringe on the two sides, then you're going to bring it together and then shape the side after hemming this side as well. So it is not difficult to sew.